tool for our community where we can use it for investment. This is the tool. Uh, I'll share this link anyway. Uh, I'll just demonstrate what all you can do it, right? You can see my screen, right? Yeah. Thank you, Devashish, for confirmation. Uh, this is a tool I made it, I want to make it your life simple and more prompt, you take decisions faster, right? And take a quality decisions and you know where you are standing and how should be taken. I'll give some quickly demo. Later on, I'll share this link and you can go back and you can play around with this tool. I can run as much a time you like, you can see what comes up for you. Okay, this tool is mainly help you to sort out your financial life, your goals, etc., and also give strategies how to invest, based on your multiple parameters. You can take them as a guiding force, not necessarily you will follow as is stock or industries, but it gives definitely to path to you and make your life bit easier to where to look for the opportunities. This is actually powerful tool. I'm working. You can say this is alpha version, alpha beta version. I did a lot of modifications. I'm going to do more powerful this as we go forward. But currently, you can start using. No need to wait for latest stage. I made it available for you. First, you give the name here. It is, for example, Balaji. Enter email ID. Okay, I'll give my the mobile number and also right, my mobile. Reveal my wealth portfolio. It is what is doing. It is on the process. It is getting the information for you as much so that you can analyze better way. Right. I'm 48. Continue financial. Yep, and is asking you again. What is your currently where you stand financially. Let me say for example 1 lakh rupees for example monthly. What is the monthly income? Monthly saving maybe 10,000 rupees. Monthly investment maybe 40,000. Just to example. I think okay. For that means first look at the sequence. Did I the first saving because saving is important to take care of our emergency and so on. Second, enter the investment. How much when is some income coming means your salary income or any other income, business income, consultants income. First decide your savings, then your investment. Saving to take care of your emergency and all those things. Investment of course for future growth that comes in the picture. Next is monthly expenses. What are expenses? For example, by 50,000. Just to learn. Yeah. Is there any AMI? No, I don't that way. Okay, this full. If you see, suppose some number is short, it will show you here full income. For example, I mean just example perspective. Suppose I'm overshooting, it is going to indicate. Okay, it is in the red. Overpay, right? Overpay. If I make it 40, for example, it will show you in a short that way, right? It will not it will allow it, but it will say not fully unallocated. So use 10,000 rupees is there. Let's guiding you. Suppose by some mistake you are not taken care of and all those things. I'm just putting here 50. There's no EMI. Okay. It is getting automatically adjusted here. Current emergency fund, maybe 5 lakh rupees. Okay. It will ask you what is the profession, right? You are means self-employed, salary, or consultancy or freelancer, a business owner, or no, not doing currently doing job or whatever. Continue. Then it will ask you what are your goals, right? What define your goals. You can define your goals, for example, in short term. Short term typically less than 1 year, and so suppose I have to travel, for example, right, with the family travel and trip, leisure trip. I need suppose 1 lakh rupees, for example. You can add, keep adding as I'm not adding as of now. Just to you can add as much as like to be. Middle term, mid-term education, maybe my child education. Say I need maybe 3 lakh rupees, for example. Long-term goal, maybe next 10, 15, 20 years. That may, I don't want to retire, that's my, I want to work as long as, and just I don't want to write retirement. I can write corpus maybe, something, for example, I want to make some 5 crore, for example, right? That way. You can state whatever you want to, based on, you can keep adding also and goals and so forth. And continue. Then we'll ask you what type of risk appetite you have. All right. It's aggressive. Because again, define what is the definition of aggressive. High risk takers, no rewarding, and so forth. This we at the what is doing at the initially what till now what you have done, fit the basic our data, information, age, profession, goals, all those things. And risk appetite is very important because risk management is very critical in investment. Now you can select, aggressive or moderate, which is, a balanced kind of thing. I don't say balance, but once in a while you might need to take, risk. And conservative, you don't want to risk, dividend basis, all that you can do. For now, let me set a moderate risk appetite and generate my, most of the things we are, inputted the things. Uh, Let me see, what report comes out of this. Yeah, it has done its reporting. Uh, it is going the report, completely counts Balaji Castle because the name is entered. You have taken the first step that 90% because only people plan it really in the life. Otherwise, they just ad hocly just as things go, they do it and all those things, right? It happens. It is summarizing what input I did. Uh, you uh, 1 lakh rupees, 50% saving rate, which I'm doing it based on 50% I showed, monthly investment and so forth. Key insight for me, it is giving personalized recommendation based on the input and everything. Power investor, your allocation 40% to equity investment is exceptional, right? Because people don't do this much. The higher is better, of course, always. The faster your wealth compounds, you are on the track to financial independence. Right? That's what it comes to me. On track, your investment allocation aligns with executed recommended for your age, risk profile, stay consistent. Right? That way, it gives a summary for you, key insight based on the profile, input, goals, and so forth. You can go, I just going fast for now. You can go one by one later. So you average Indian, it is also comparing the based on the average India, right? Where you stand today. For example, average Indian probably 20% people, national saving rate is there. But I'm doing 50%, right? I'm saving it out of the income. Emergency fund, national average is 2 months, just only people are just saving for the 2 months and so is lying in their saving account and so very less people, for awareness and all those things. But I'm doing it for 10 months. I given the, so 5 lakh rupees, right? I'm doing uh, that way. Investment allocation is again is almost 8% and so people are doing it. National average, Indian national average is just I'm doing 40% investment. That's again, very high at that. You are outperforming the most of Indian. Keep great work. That way. It is trying to encourage me more and more that it is talking to you in fact, right? Benchmark BS, these are based on data, RBI data as well as CB data. It's good. Also, it's trying to find the gap. What is currently I'm doing investment. 40% I mentioned, but it gives try to find the tracks between my goals and what I'm doing. Total investment allocation, asset allocation. Currently, I'm 50% I'm doing. Minimum percent, suggested is 40%. Minimum. Uh, I'm doing it totally, including saving plus investment, which are that number I put it. Equity investment, I'm doing 40% and target and so forth. Liquid savings, 10% I'm doing. Recommended is 20%. Actually, this number is can be 10%, 20%. I might, but I'm giving the higher side as as a benchmark, 20%. Expenses 50% and so I'm doing it. And wants, typically wants, wants are the desires, right? I want to buy a new mobile, I want to buy a new car, I want to buy, a foreign trip, these are all desires, right? Or anything else, right? I want to buy dress, my dress weekly, maybe, I want to shop more, right? All those are desires, right? That's why it's suggesting to limit your wants or desires to maximum 10% of your total income. That way it is suggesting. Okay. Asset allocation rule it is giving asset based again. Everything comes from your data which you feed. How much true data you put it. your age, your risk profile, and income, and this gives the such accuracy. Uh, Asset allocation 40% minimum, that's a typical guideline. Expenses maximum 60%, and again, needs are variable relationship, and wants, which I said, discriminatory, which is 10% cap. Recommendation: build liquid savings, 20% per month, which should be 10%, not 2,000, which I'm doing currently, 20%. It is also comparing, current allocation, your investment budget split. Okay, sorry. For example, my current allocation is giving me 40%, which are the data feeding, and is comparing with the ideal. What should be the ideal? Which I feed the data based on the what is the typical good practices we should be following, like saving long. I know 20% is saying, but typically, as you know, thumb rule for saving is, as I keep saying, it says typically 6 months to 12 months of emergency fund or support, right? It should be there in case of anything happens to with respect to health or emergency in the family or job, something that should be able to access to it, right? So it will not get stressed out in that period of time. That is typically savings or also for emergency fund. An investment which for the growth equity investment which I talk about and needs, you are based on your rent is there, daily needs and all these things. Wants, as I say, distinctive for your leisure work, hoteling and traveling, having food and all these things. Okay, I hope this is helpful. You are, you're getting insight into the profile, right? I'm going to share this link just for now, just understand how to look at. It is also giving the status. My emergency fund is good, and it's giving recommendation. Out 10 months, of the 6 months are covered in this case. Also is giving the rule, right? Just the same thing which I said, 6 to 12 months. Also. If in fact is giving the numbers, is giving guidelines also standard following, and where you standing today, right? For you. Also is giving some wealth gap if something is there, right? Keep hidden cost, not this actually these two sections, is in fact, I just summarize for you, saying that don't wait. If you wait, what is going to cost for you? Therefore, follow or even investment and saving consistently from today. That is giving the gap between. You can go through it. Let me go. Uh, Go to the power of compounding. Again, it is giving the comparison between the time machine or historical data based on if you delay, etc., what is going to happen if you select and all those things. But we look at the future goal aligned projection, right, based on my goals which are fitting and investment which are going to do. All those corpus is there. For example, I given the 5 crore. It has taken 12 years. Assume 60 years. Assume typically I given the benchmark. A lot of people I seen with the retirement, etc. Uh, with 12 years, I need 5 crore. Then what is the shortfall, right? Shortfall 3.71 crore based on the current my investment pattern. It is giving me, and all this graph wise also showing project to the future. If I'm doing the conservative investment, all those numbers are being shown. You go one by one, you're going to understand. It's very intuitively I kept it. How to bridge the gap? It is also suggesting me. I have to increase. Of course, there's one way to increase my equity SIP, but that means I start more investment. 1,55,000 monthly and should be. Option two, instead of 12 years, make it 22 years to achieve my 5 crore investment. That kind of, both way it is suggesting. And you can select, you can do a balance way, or you can start investing. In fact, short is asking me to invest more and more to make reach to 5 crore. So based on the assuming a return rate of return 12% or 14% return that range. Wealth projection again, the next 5 years, how it will be look like with this return with the current investment pattern, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? That way it is given breakup. Monthly SIP breakdown, equity, how much, it is suggesting. Uh, Invest in the capital specialization investing, 4,000, it's come to 48,000 monthly, sorry, annually. That means capital specialization means it is based on the company expansion, all those things going forward is going to be. Okay, what is the average return? Debash is asking. Debash is typically it ranges from 12% to 15%. In that range, it goes annually. But of course, always there is exceptional cases, ups and down. Okay, that's why it's written somewhere. You can go, no? You understand 12% is return. Based on that only, you can, current projections are done. Of course, you are doing the lower than these or better than these, the numbers will vary, correct? Uh, yeah. Again, just give me how should I break down my different categories? First, catalyst specialization investment like, merger acquisition, turnaround, new expansion in that how much, those kind of companies, if 4,000 rupees monthly or annually 48, you can do bulk wise based on opportunity or month wise, which are looking for. The quality compounders for mega trend long term, 20,000, and dividend aristocrat, right? Dividend paying company and so. Yeah. Which is maybe, suppose someone want to be very conservative, that way, based on my risk, because I taken the moderate risk, right? I have taken the aggressive and so forth, based on that decision. Also suggesting salary, do automatic, quiz suggestion, don't, wait for do automatic investment also. Also give behavioral, insights like financial, how should we behaving it for AI power, of course, based on the trend and all. Disciplined saver, okay, I'm cautious custodian because I take a moderate, who prioritize safety and family stability over aggressive growth, while highly organized with a massive 10-month emergency buffer, which I have shown. Here is a psychological, hesitation to deploy capital into volatile asset. So because, I showed more towards savings and of course the moderate, that way it is showing, yeah, and giving the what typical keywords for that. Primary bias, loss aversion, and so forth. It is giving more detailed X-ray report of the things, what should we be doing it. Now comes the, interesting part, the investment part. Till now, what is seen the based on our family savings, budgeting goals, how should we doing it. But now our strategies as an investment, right, based on our input which I given. It has suggested if you seen earlier the three suggestions it has given. Like, catalyst special station investor 4,000, and mega train for 20,000, and dividend aristocrat is at 16,000. Then if you click this one, it's going to give more detail about those. Investing based on identifying catalyst, how to do. Safety margin, it is giving more insight, what that means in what should be doing it. Key selection criteria, it is giving clear catalyst within time frame, when the corporate announcement is there, the management is working on that, the P ratio potential, is going to grow and so forth. And again, it may takes, catalyst may take 1 to 3 years or maybe months to also based on the how that event is panning out. All right, some expansion is happening by when it's going to happen, when that money start rolling into the company. And those show. And then look for the companies like, which are the capital, is also giving the keywords to you. Capital expansion, which as I said, demerger is happening, something, turnaround stories are there. This company PLI schemes benefit, China Plus, and all those scheme based also is suggesting. The recommendation industry sector also is doing, which we should be looking for in this category typically. Not necessarily follow everything, but it is, giving some guiding light to you. Manufacturing sector, capital goods, typically they are high risk, is indicating. Based on these all criteria, typically you can expect, 20%, 25. Of course, this is depend on market and so there's no standard. But historically it's showing. I mean, it's recommending the some stocks, but it's again remember this AI base. It's always better as an investor. You should be study and take our own call. It's only guiding you, or you can look at some other companies in same sector or same industry like L&T, HI, Bharat Electronics, and so forth. Right? It is good. Second sector is coming chemical, specialty chemical like SRF, Deepak, BI. Those companies also is suggesting. It is good to start for you. You have to look for the opportunities in which conditions, right? And what should be we should be looking for criteria, right? All this is given here. Similarly, if you come down in the second category, which is quality compounders, right? If you expand, similarly, it is going to give more deeper to you. Where to should be looking for, right? That way. It is starting here. Again, some criteria, return on equity should be more than 20% last 5 years plus. Return on capital employed more than 20% and so forth. Right? Also giving the medium risk and typically look at from 5 to 15 years and so forth. Look for the companies like, the market leaders in their segment, they're more stable, or just to mid cap, they're growing to the stability, or they may be some near to the leadership in that segment. In the financial, banking, information sectors, those companies also you can look for. Healthcare, these are few companies is suggesting industries like, in IT companies, consumer, FMCG, Indian, FMCG, which are consumer, right? Because India being a most focused country and these are required consumer goods, and healthcare is important in that way. There are few companies, of course, in this deliberately I haven't done the value investment strategies, so only giving it. That is our job to get the deeper into value based. Is only giving some company names, but finally we have to take a call based on the what is currently valuation is there and what is going to happen in the future, right? On that perspective. Second, lastly, typically giving three segments to you. Suggestion based on where do the inputs and so forth. The last was the dividend. In the dividend, it is giving you like which companies are giving the higher dividend and so forth. Mhm. Yeah. Again, same criteria is giving dividend to L more than 4%, which is typically higher than the saving and such. It should be consistent last 5 years, because I've seen one of the company once a while gives the dividend, no, but later. But our idea is to get the consistency, right? Uh, Okay, Debash is asking IT sector is asking the low. It's not low risk. It is risk is there, of course, in all companies. But what he's saying is that IT. If you see the IT, let me go back there. Debash, sorry. I think it is doing this here, right? Recommendation. Yeah. Look at the kind of company it has given. These are typically stable companies, right? We might be knowing TCS, Infosys are stable and been long, be proven that the business model. Of course, the time is changing and that is going to happen always. But remember, these companies are not in the product segment, most of the things. They're mainly in the services, right? And a lot of people say AI going to come, what is going to happen, and all those things. And in fact, the AI is going to need more and more software engineering, software, right? There's definitely going to increase the right. That way, is there. It's not saying the low risk, of course, risk is there, but the suggestion also look at these are no most stable companies, right? Because I said the moderate risk appetite. If I stated the aggressive, it can given the more companies like small cap and so forth. Right? Yeah. Good. Right. No, it's going to for each one of you. When you're going to do this, it is going to be three segments and going to recommend criteria, industry, companies, and after you look at the valuation and so forth. And don't take any of these as a recommendation. These are only guiding, right? It's only as a guiding force. You take your own call, understand deeper based on what you are learning in the investment. And also give me the, which kind of habit we should be developing for me and for my age, for my risk capital. Small daily actions required, set up a auto debit. In fact, it's showing me do it, because it's slated salary by, I'm not doing, but it's got slated. You can change, according to going to change. Credited day, pay yourself first. Like, as soon as comes first, you decide on your savings and investments, then you do your expenses, needs, and, wants and so forth. Maintain investment journal, keep records every day. It's giving me good habits you can just follow. That's very good habits. It's a global good practices to be followed in wealth building, right? Those are this is very customized based on again the input. Or the more quality input you give, is more quality answers going to give you. Learning hub, keep learning. Value investing basics. All those also suggesting risk manage margin. All those comes. And finally, I can also download this report, right? Because I can keep it for myself. I'm just showing you. Yeah, yeah. And this is kind of report you can get it. You can download. You can save it on laptops. The personalized investment report for me prepared for Balaji. based on inputs which I give up as you know, as the report. It is going to break down the same more or less things. It is only not giving here for you is a in-depth analysis of the companies which we have seen, right? Other things are anything is there here, like how much to invest in budget allocation and all those ones. And so all those are there. You can keep it for handy for you to refer as menu while doing investment decisions, while doing analysis or looking for the company sector. It will help you. Uh, all this is available for you. Good. Uh, Again, there is almost other things are there. Suppose if you want, if you like a darker, you can just click here. Account is going to convert to dark mode. All those, those features are there. Which does related which you would like to be. Everything. You just play around it and try to get your own reports. Start using it. It's made for you. Will help you definitely, right? You all are excited to use it, right? I'm going to share the link. Please go ahead and experiment around it and use it as you like to be. Let me share the link in the chat box.